NASCAR Cup Series qualifying is officially concluded from Talladega Superspeedway, and Zane Smith has won his first career NASCAR Cup Series pole. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, NASCAR Cup qualifying is officially done from Talladega Superspeedway, and Zane Smith has won his first career NASCAR Cup Series pole. Huge congratulations, Zane Smith. We always know when we come to qualifying at Talladega Superspeedway, we always know that the front row motorsports machines are going to be the fastest cars out on the racetrack, and this one's no exception. And it's a big deal for Zane Smith because Zane Smith obviously had a tumultuous offseason, but we knew that one type of track where the front row cars are going to be very strong at, especially when it comes to qualifying. When it comes to these types of tracks, it is the super speedways. And Zane Smith today put out an absolute banger of a lap in round number 1 and goes into round number 2 and is able to win the pole. I think this could be really big for Zane. Zane is honestly a pretty decent super speedway racer, and I think he's someone who could be a threat to win the race tomorrow because the front row cars are going to be fast. Now, one thing is it's going to be very tough to pass, so I think it's a big deal for Zane because he's going to be able to lead some laps. He hasn't led a lot of laps in Cup competition before, so he's going to lead the field for the first time. He's also the first driver to get their first career pole at Talladega Superspeedway since Brian Scott back in 2014, and keep in mind, we had knockout qualifying 11 years ago, so this is more impressive, but I think it's a big deal for front row. We all look at Michael McDowell last year. Michael McDowell won a lot of poles last year, but now Zane Smith gets his first pole. Congratulations to him on winning his first career NASCAR Cup Series pole at Talladega Superspeedway. So now, we're going to take a look at all the top qualifiers from qualifying and get to the big storylines coming out of this race. So Zane Smith wins the pole. Kyle Busch starts on the front row in second place. This is the best starting position I believe Kyle Busch has had so far in 2025. His first front row start of the year. Thought he was going to have a chance to get the pole there, but he was a little bit behind Zane Smith, but to still qualify on the front row, really impressive for Kyle Busch. He's been having a much better year this year compared to last year. Obviously still a big year on whether he's going to be back with this team or not in 2026, but still a big day for Kyle starting on the front row. RCR Super Speedway program has been really good. Good job for Kyle. He'll start in second. Joey Logano qualifies third. Really impressive for Logano considering he barely made it to the final round of qualifying in the first place. But the starting third, we know Logano's Super Speedway program, he's up front at these types of tracks. He qualifies very well too. He's going to be a threat to win. He hasn't won a Talladega in like 5 or 6 years, or 7 years I should say. So he's looking to get it done. He'll be starting third. Great job for Joey Logano. Ryan Preece qualifies fourth, continues to qualify very well at these types of tracks. He's been really good this year with the RFK organization. He's shown some really good pace and speed. He'll be starting in the top 5 and 4th place. Really good job for Ryan Preece to start inside the top 5. Austin Dillon qualifies 5th. Continues to have some really strong runs. Last week at Bristol, or a couple weeks ago at Bristol, he finished inside the top 10 and 10th. He's starting in the top 5. Austin Dillon has won a couple Super Speedway races. He could be someone to watch out for in the race tomorrow. He'll be starting in 5th. Chris Buescher qualified 6th. Good job for Buescher starting inside the top 10. Buescher's qualified decent, but not great at these types of tracks. So to see him qualify inside the top 10, pretty impressive for the driver of the number 17. Austin Cindr qualified 7th. No shock and surprise to see him inside the top 10. Cinder's one of the best super speedway racers in the field. He's going to be a factor to win tomorrow. He'll start in 7th. Josh Berry qualifies 8th. Again, the Wood brothers have qualified very well this year at super speedways. They almost won the pole for the Daytona 500 earlier this year. Almost won the pole at Atlanta too. So he'll be starting in 8th. Good job for Josh Berry. Ryan Blaney qualified 9th to set the third best of the Team Penske cars, but still 9th to be the worst of the Team Penske. Shows how good your super speedway program is. He'll be starting 9th. Good job for Ryan Blaney. And Ty Gibbs qualifies 10th. The only Toyota to make the final round. Pretty impressive because the Toyotas actually showed some decent speed in qualifying today. Better than they've shown in the past. I think they know it's going to be really tough to pass tomorrow, so they had to qualify a little bit better. But for Ty Gibbs, continues to really turn the corner. He'll be starting in 10th. Christopher Bell qualified 11th. Decent speed, one of the better starts Bell's had in recent time. Starting inside the top 15 and 11th. Not bad for Bell. Cole Custer qualified 12th. Decent starting position for him. Denny Hamlin qualified 13th. One of the better starts Denny Hamlin has had. Hamlin will be a factor to win the race tomorrow. He'll be starting back in 13th. Michael McDowell qualifies 14th. Todd Gillen qualified 15th. William Byron qualified 16th. The best of the Hendrick cars. A little surprised to see the Hendrick cars not a little bit higher because generally they qualify really, really well at this track. So a little surprised to see Hendrick down on the board a little bit. But Byron and those guys at Hendrick will be factors for the end of the race. Chase Briscoe qualifies 17th. Alex Bowman qualifies 18th inside the top 20. AJ Allmendinger qualifies 19th. And Bubba Wall starting a little farther back in 20th. Not shocking, though, considering Toyotas don't generally qualify that great, but also decent for the Toyotas today. I think he's the 5th best Toyota, which shows how much they've improved on their Super Speedway program. He'll be starting in 20th. Ty Dillon qualified 21st. Brad Keselowski qualified 22nd, way off his teammates, unfortunately. Just continues to struggle throughout the early portion of the season. Got to get turned around. I think he'll be a factor in the race tomorrow, but he'll be starting 22nd. Riley Herbst qualified 23rd. Daniel Suarez qualified 24th. The best of the Trackhouse cars. Trackhouse just had no speed whatsoever today in qualifying. Only one inside the top 25. He'll be starting in 24th. Kyle Larson qualified 25th. That surprises me. Look, Kyle Larson, we know, doesn't always have the best luck, but he qualifies generally very, very well. Thank God he's got those 2 wins early in the season because Larson is going to have a lot of work to do in the race to get up front. He'll be starting 25th. Tyler Reddick qualified 26th. Noah Gragson qualified 27th. A little bit disappointing for Gragson to qualify almost outside the top 30. Carson Osbar qualified 28th. John Henry Mitchell qualifies 29th. And Chase Elliott qualified 30th. Man, I thought Elliott would be a little bit higher. I know the Chevrolets don't always qualify that great at Talladega, but I thought Elliott would be a little bit higher than that, to be honest with you. He'll be starting in 30th. Anthony Alfredo qualified 31st. Ross Chastain once again struggles in qualifying the Super Speedway. He'll start 32nd. Cody Rowe qualified 33rd. Eric Jones qualified 34th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. qualified back in 35th. We know he'll be a factor in the race. Shane Van Gisbergen qualified 36th. Not shocked by that, to be honest. SVG's been struggling early in the season, but he has led laps the last couple times they've been at Talladega, so he might be able to lead some laps and be a factor tomorrow. He'll be starting 36th. Justin Haley qualified 37th. A little bit shocking to see him that far down. Bijan McCall qualified 38th, and J.J. Yeley finishes and qualifies in 39th position. So, those are the reactions in NASCAR Cup qualifying from Talladega. What are the big storylines going into the race tomorrow? Well, obviously, it is going to be very, very tough to pass. We are expecting to see a lot of fuel mileage, a lot of fuel saving going on throughout the event. My question is, will NASCAR maybe throw a caution throughout the event tomorrow, or later today, I should say, to try to maybe prevent a lot of that fuel saving going on? That's going to be a big thing that's going to be to watch. But I think the Fords, they're going to be really, really fast. I think that RFK is going to be strong tomorrow. Guys like Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, and Chris Buescher, I expect those guys to be fast. I think the Penske cars are going to be the team to beat. I think Team Penske's got the fastest overall cars, and I think it's going to be really tough to beat those Team Penske boys of Cindric, Blaney, and Logano in the race tomorrow. I'll throw Zane Smith in there too, because Zane Smith's a pretty decent super speedway racer, and I think you got to look at Kyle Busch as well. Kyle Busch is going to be very, very fast in the race tomorrow. I think he's going to have a good car. I think he's going to have a great chance to win the race. He's looking for his first win in 2 years. He still might pick the win. With him starting up front, I think he's going to lead a lot of laps tomorrow, trying to reach, I think, like 20,000 laps in Cup competition. I'm pretty sure very close to that. I think he's going to have a really good chance and opportunity to get that done tomorrow. I think Busch will definitely be a factor, go to victory lane. And the big question is, how will the broadcast be? Because Fox's coverage hasn't been that great this year. Hopefully can be some really good broadcasting, but I doubt it ain't going to be great. Hopefully the race is good. I do look forward to the Xfinity Series race later today. I think that race is going to be a fun one, but I'm not sure about the Cup race. I'm not sure how that's going to be. So hopefully the race is really, really good, and we can see some really fun, some really exciting, and some really good quality racing at Talladega this weekend. So, that is going to be our 4 reactions in NASCAR Cup Series qualifying from Talladega Super Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are your thoughts on NASCAR Cup qualifying from Talladega? Let me know it in the comments below. I might be doing a review of the ARCA race. I'm not entirely sure there at this point. Then tomorrow on the channel, we are going to have, later tonight, we're going to have the Xfinity reactions from Talladega. And then tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have the Cup review from Talladega for the Jack Links 500. We're going to have the starting lineup video for the Jack Links 500. We might also have a Shane Van Gisbergen video dropping as well. Then on Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video, more than likely discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. We might have a silly season update dropping on Tuesday, but I'm not sure at this moment. We might wait till next week. We do get to Kansas for that. I am also not going to be having a full-scale review for Texas. I'm going to miss my first Cup race live next week at Texas for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. So I won't be having a full-scale review next week. Probably talk a little more about that coming up really soon. We got a lot of great content dropping, knowing people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Honda, Dodge, Cletus McFarland, Matt DiBenedetto, Connor Zilisch, Junior Motorsports, Chandler Smith, Eric Almirola, you name it, all the good stuff will be dropping on the channel in the next coming days and weeks. We had the Texas next week. Hopefully that race is good, but I'm not confident on that. Hopefully we can get some good racing this upcoming weeks in the NASCAR world. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, buddy.